makes you realize that in this world, if you have people who love you, there's nothing else that matters. And myself, Cookie, and Roland are here. I mentioned earlier that today's Vows edition is a bit different from the usual. And so we're celebrating persons with disability. We're here to hear their stories about how they found themselves, how love is going for them, what are some of the challenges, and did they ever suffer broken heart? It's going to be an interesting one. Guys, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you going to share your broken heart story? You and Cookie?
I haven't been heartbroken before.
Oh, you haven't?
No, never.
I haven't experienced it.
If I had said this, you asked me that, do I know what love is?
No, I'll be surprised.
Because you'll be surprised.
If you haven't been.
But why am I not surprised that you haven't been? I'm not surprised Cookie hasn't been either.
I've never been broken-hearted.
Oh, well, then that's fine.
You see? So now we're even. Deal?
No,
you don't ask me about love again. But anyway, let's carry on. Hello, everyone. It's good to have you all here.
How are you all?
Good. Yeah.
No,
I hope you're doing well.
I didn't quite feel the energy.
Hello,
everyone. Happy Vows Day.
I think it's because of the condom conversation we had. So now everybody's thinking twice, you know.
Ebony condoms.
Charlie.
Today they will go use them 24/7.
Some hours are already gone. No, some hours have been expended already. It's 9, so it can't be 24/7. We'll see today, dear, 24/7.
So we'll be up to tomorrow morning.
Papa Rolly.
Same time.
Anyway, so we're going to be speaking to everyone. You will get your names, where you're coming from, and you tell us a bit about your love story. And so I think at this point we can just move around and speak to them.
Let me see who I can target.
Well, okay. So I'll go to this side. Hello.
I will go to this
this
side.
is going to be an interesting conversation.
Okay, you're coming
Roland, why are you
okay.
taking Cookie's table? Come to the center.
Okay.
And I'll start with this table. Very interesting, I must say, because we have someone who is doing some sign language just to explain to them what I am saying. So this is table number 1. Table number 1. And their names, well, I'm going to have to ask them. So if you can please help me, what is their name? Mr. and Mrs. if...
Mr. and Mrs. Sape.
Mr. and Mrs. Sape. And this is their child, I believe.
Sure.
How long have they been married for?
3 years.
3 years.
No, 4 years now.
4 years. How did you both meet?
We met in a church. Both of us, we are in one church, and very often we meet, and I see her, she sees me, and in fact, we became lovers. We met for about 7 years, and we became lovers. Unfortunately, we got married.
Okay. Can she speak as well, or they're both?
No.
Okay.
Deaf as well. Okay. Deaf as well.
And
Deaf, just deaf.
Okay. So, but she can speak.
She can speak.
Okay, no problem. I understand. But how did he ask her to be his girlfriend? I'm interested in that. How did he say? What did he have to say?
First of all, when I met her, I told her, you are very beautiful.
Allah,
what is your name? Where do you come from?
Mashallah, mashallah.
What do you do for a living? And the conversation started, and then we proceeded, and we started chatting, night calls, and
night calls. I see. That must have been interesting. So how long did you date for before popping the question? And did you go on one knee when you were popping?
We dated for close to 7 years.
Wow.
Yes. Sorry, close to 7 months.
Oh, okay.
7 months. Yes, please, 7 months before you got married.
Did you go on one knee to ask her, and how was it? Tell us the feeling.
Like I said, we chatted, night call, and I proposed to her that you are beautiful, and I would like to have you as my wife. And we met the family, we planned, then we got married. But and I wasn't there. In fact, I lived, and I love her. I told her I love you forever.
Oh, so sweet.
I told you I love you forever. What about you? If you have to describe your husband just briefly, what is that one thing that makes you fall in love with him all the time?
Yes, like she said, we met in the church, and so I got to know her. That time I've never dated before. So when I met her, we started. She proposed to me that she wanted to date me. I said, okay, let's go on. And often I communicate with him. Sometimes we meet together, we work together. She visits my home. And I got to know this guy. In fact, she may truly love me. So let me keep quiet. And later, I informed my parents. Then we proceeded with our dating. We went on, then we got married. In fact, Eric is a good man. He always tell me, I love you. Because of his kindness. He is so caring. He's a good father. He's a counselor. He advised me. He teaches me the Bible because he's a pastor himself.
Oh, okay.
So he's like he's my everything.
Hallelujah, somebody.
This is so cool, guys.
Give it up for God, man. Jesus.
Roland, over to you.
Yes. Well, I'm on a roller coaster this morning. I'm just beside table number 2. And I've already had some interaction with a beautiful lady right here. And I also see a beautiful baby. But let me just first talk to you. What's your name?
Jeffrey.
Jeff. Yeah. Okay. So I believe that you have a wife.
Sure.
So what's her name? How did you two meet?
Okay. Her name is Juliana Ifia Mahmoud. I think some years back, she was in SHS, and I finished. So I decided to make a call, and I mistakenly dialed a number, and then
Hey, not bet.
Secondly.
You are not doing my bet or fraud. Charlie, this might be proper call. Proper misplaced call. Continue.
And from there, we began to talk for some time. She continued. She was in SHS 1 by then.
Lovely.
And then we never met till she finished. And then she came to Legon. Then we decided to meet each other. And then that's where we pick it up from.
Oh, this is beautiful. And what's your name then?
My name is Juliana Mahmoud.
Juliana Mam.
Yes, please.
And how did he propose to you?
Oh, okay. One day he came visiting, and then we were chatting, and he told me he was interested in me and he wanted us to take it to the next level.
Hey, talking about next level, it means that there was something happening before. What was happening?
We were friends, we used to chat, and then we were chatting till when I completed Legon, and then I went to Kenya to pursue my master's. When I came back, then he came forward that he wanted us to get married. So that was when we got married.
I'm curious. That call that you received, these days, for example, I'm sure if somebody called me after this program, Gameka say, Jaisadi, Chrome 4, and it's now become a rampant thing that they use misplaced calls in our minds to be undertaking fraud. When you received that call that day, where were you? In what mood were you? How did you react to the call?
Okay, it was after preps, so I was in my room when the call came. Actually, I was surprised because it was a strange number and I didn't know the caller. But when I answered the call, the way the person was talking, I realized it wasn't fraud, but I tried to get to know the person better. So he keeps calling, and then I kept answering, and then we kept talking, and I realized he was genuine.
Well, what was he talking about? Because you kept talking. You keep saying, you've used this phrase, we kept talking. What, all throughout that period when he kept talking because of the calls, what was the line of the conversation?
Oh, okay. At the beginning, he wanted to know me, where I came from, my name. And then I also wanted to find out where he got my number from, because I was surprised at SS. I didn't know a lot of people, so I didn't know how he got my number. But he said he had written it in his diary, so I don't know how he got it into his diary. So So from there, it was just normal chatting, how he studies, how his school, till he came to see me in Legon. And then the beautiful things started up. You are beautiful, you are nice, blah, blah, blah.
Charlie, you're making me fall in love. Allah ilallah. Mashallah, mashallah, mashallah. And when you were receiving the calls, and subsequently you guys got cozy, you got friendly, and you knew that he'll be coming, were you having any anxieties because of your disability?
Well, actually, when he said he wanted to come and visit me at Legon, I told him on phone that I'm a visually impaired. But he told me it's me that he wanted to see, not my disability. So, but at first I was anxious. I used to discuss with a friend, and then she said I should be calm. But I was scared, so I had to tell him before he comes to see the situation for himself.
That's right. Like the way Furata should tell us that there'll be haircuts. Don't worry.
You had to go there.
I love politics too
You had
much.
to go there.
And so there's one thing from you as the man. When you got to know that the person you had always been interacting with on the other side, telling you that she was visually impaired, how did you take it?
Oh, when I mean, the first time she told me she's visually impaired, that rather caught my attention. I want to see how.
Really?
Yeah, I became curious at that
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
You became more like an adventure. You're a typical man. You want to conquer.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then when you saw her, what happened? I mean, what went through you physically? Seeing the person you'd always been having this connection with.
Yeah, she's always, smart. So I didn't even think about the disability aspect. I rather realized that she has something beyond the the disability. Yeah.
And Rosie, and since then, you have a beautiful. Let me just lift the child a bit, if I can. Okay, great. And if the cameras can just, Charlie, she's so beautiful. As if she's my daughter. Just see the color. Bruni.
Ro, are you trying to tell
Charlie,
us something?
close up, why?
Are you trying to tell us something?
Oh,
Eh?
that's why I said me, baby, sir. And so you decided to accept Rosie?
Yes, please. I'm Juliana.
Okay, Juliana. So what finally convinced you that this man was serious? I'm ready as Juliana to spend my time with him. And now you have a beautiful daughter.
Okay, when I met him, I realized that he was willing to accept me the way I am. And that was my prayer, that I'll get somebody who will accept me no matter my disability. So when he accepted me the way I am, and he got to meet some of my family members, and then I also realized he was God-fearing and caring. So I decided.
God-fearing factor. Which church?
Christ New Tabernacle.
Amen. God bless you. And I wish you a great relationship or marital marriage, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, great. So table 2 and Juliana has been giving us some great times. Charlie, your daughter is beautiful. Now, Cookie.
Yes.
You're on the table, beside the table.
I love this table.
Yeah.
Can you pass me the microphone so it can help with my conversation here?
I will.
Now, I particularly love this table because the 2 tables you spoke to was all about romance. But we are talking about a different type of love here, which is the philia, love between friends and loved ones. So don't get it twisted.
No romantic
These
love.
2 ladies here are friends of the gentleman in white. So quickly, if you would want to introduce yourself. Hello, darling.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. And you're friends to this gentleman?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
So that's Elizabeth, and you are?
I'm Halima Sadia Garba Adam.
Halima, Tobo Mami. Can I call you? So which one, Sadia or Halima? Any. So I'll call you Halima. All right. And then to the gentleman of the moment. What's your name, sir?
Prince Azaglo is the name.
Mr. Azaglo. It would interest you to know that this gentleman hasn't allowed any disability of any sort to actually deter him from following his dreams. He's an editor. He went to NAFTA. You see, I've got 411 on you. We are going to be talking about that. But tell me, how easy or how difficult was it for you to pursue your career in editing? Tell me.
Okay, thank you. It has not been easy. Challenge went through, going through the education, especially, I wasn't born like this.
Oh.
Yeah, I was born sick well.
Okay.
At the age of 5, I got sick and was taken to the hospital. I was given an injection, and that is the end of my movement.
Too bad.
Yeah.
At 5.
At 5.
5.
Yeah. So it didn't stop over there. It came to a time my grandmother, I'm so proud about her, Patient Wula. She made me to believe that I have something in me that education can bring it out. Wow. So she took it upon herself to enroll me in elementary school. So I started the school. It wasn't easy. I went through my elementary, primary, GSS, and then to the university level. Before I get to NAFTA, 2004, I applied.
Okay.
I wasn't given admission, but I wasn't disappointed. The following year, I applied again. These 2 years, I was called for interview and to write entrance exam,
Okay.
which I went to write this exam. Still, I wasn't called for admission. And not because of anything, but because they believe that the structure, which I have to urge the government as well to do something about structures in the country. The structure at the school couldn't permit physically challenged persons like me to go there.
That's why I delayed for 2 years.
Exactly. So when that happened, I didn't stop over there. I learned video editing myself in the house.
Please, a round of applause for this gentleman. Wow,
Round of
nothing has
applause, round
deterred
of
you at
applause.
all. Okay, so you learned editing on your own.
On my
Nobody
own.
taught you.
Nobody taught
For
me.
how long?
For 2 years.
In the house.
In the house.
Wow. So then after that was when you went to NAFTA.
After that, I got a contract by God So Good. I did a contract, and I saw the contract on national TV, that is Ghana Television.
You did.
Yeah, from the house, I did that project, and it was shown on TV. So looking at it that way, I believe that there is something actually in me
You're
that
a
I
miracle.
need to
You're a miracle.
unveil.
Another round of applause for this miracle sitting here this morning. Your story is beautiful. And maybe just today, after here, you could get a job here. How about being an editor for TV3?
That would be very, very...
Can we say amen to that for him? Can we say amen? Maybe you could become an editor for TV3. I'm praying for that for you.
That would
yes,
be
by
very,
the end of this year, prophesy that you'll be
Amen.
employed at TV3 as an
Amen.
editor.
Amen.
Beautiful story right there. Now, let me hand the microphone to your friends. Okay, so you don't have any impairment at all. You are very able, and you are able as well. So at what point did you become friends with him?
1100.
In NAFTA?
Yes.
Oh.
He approached me. Then he was like, we started talking. Hi, hello, how are you doing? Then he asked of my name.
Okay.
Then moving forward, we became learning partners. We started studying together.
Right.
And he's like, the reason why he chose me as his studying partner is because he sees me to be very intelligent and he would like to study with me. And learning with him, I could see that there was a huge improvement because we started teaching each other. Like, if I don't understand something, he will teach me. So, yeah, that's how.
So that's how you guys became friends. So you've been friends for how long now?
Since we came, so, like 2 years.
It's been 2 years.
Yes.
Is he annoying?
He's not. Okay, he tries to be.
What annoys you the most about him? Tell me.
I argument. Sometimes we
He
argue.
likes to argue.
Yes.
And he
never
always wants to
ends it.
win. I see that.
Yes.
Ah, so that's one thing that you don't like about him.
Yes.
But he's sitting here. We need to give him his flowers whilst he can still smell them. What's that good thing or what's the best thing you love about him?
Oh, he encourages me a lot, and he's very friendly. He advises me, and one thing I also like about him, he likes giving. Yes.
So
He has
today
good heart.
has he given you already today, or you know he will give you
No,
later?
I know he'll give me. I have to collect it.
Hey, Charlie, pressure day or talk today. Elizabeth, is that the name? Okay, please pass the microphone to Elizabeth. Tell me, what's your story with him? How did you become friends?
Okay, so we also met in level 100. But then I was the second batch for matured entrance exams. So they came first. So later on, before I started during the examination time. And it was just a one-on-one conversation. And then we became friends. Yeah.
So that's how you became friends?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, which day did he annoy you the most? What happened? Can you remember?
I don't think he has done anything like
Hey,
that.
then this guy is a good guy,
Oh, yeah,
guy,
he is,
pal.
but
Are you
sometimes he
sure?
can be annoying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So what annoys you the most about him?
When he wants to see you and then you don't come in.
Ah,
Dead.
then he gets angry.
Aye.
Where are you? Where? He'll be
Where are
blasting
you?
your phone.
And then food.
He likes food.
Aye. Banku and okro.
So who makes the banku for him? You do. Or you take him out to go and buy it. I just want to understand what happens when he wants his
When I
banku and
was coming
okro.
from the house, he asked me to prepare banku and okro, but
Today.
no, when with you.
Because I was going to ask you that today, Valentine's Day, we'll eat banku and
But
okro.
today I'll send him out.
Oh, you take him out today?
Yeah.
Wow. You're a very good friend.
Thank
Please, a round of applause for these two. They've been friends with him 2 years, right? You mentioned 2 years. Okay. So there's food going round. There are drinks also going around. We're having a good time today. Is it your birthday today? No, it's on your birthday. It's your...
Yesterday.
Yesterday was your birthday. Oh, happy birthday.
And you know, Cookie, you know, twillium. I'm trying
Yes,
to, not to
twillium,
ba,
twillium.
not to ba,
Twillium.
ba,
Twillium.
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 Twillium,
The people
baby.
who do rash and all
Twillium,
that.
yes.
They have
And Verna water.
a couple of these gifts. So you present to table 3 for me.
Okay.
Lovely.
But
You're always
sis-
lovely, eh?
Thank you.
Please do that.
Thank you.
Oh.
But it was his birthday yesterday, and I've been told that he loves to give. So I'll hand him the chocolates, and I know that definitely he will share with his friends. Am I correct? So happy birthday to you, a belated one. Make sure you share with them. This one, now, Babeka. So please make sure that you give her. All right, guys. All right, are we moving to another table?
We'll take a break at this point.
Okay.
Yes, we'll take a break. And when we get back, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more tables with lovers and, of course, family members here to talk to us. So don't go anywhere. It's a special Father's Day edition, and we will give you all the information when we get back. This is TV3 New Day.